really go for right now? Some orange juice. Okay guys, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to go for a run, and after I get back, I'm going to call my cell phone provider, and I'm going to turn off my voicemail. The tyranny of voicemail will end today. The thing is, why do voicemails even exist in 2017? It made perfect sense back when we had landlines and there was no way to leave a message except for voicemails. But now, we have text messages, we have emails, we have voice to text, we have voice messages through text messaging. There's literally, I think it's one of those things that you just kind of never think about it. You're like, oh, of course we have voicemails. Of course I'll leave a voicemail. But when have you ever gotten a voicemail and been like, yes, I'm so glad I got a voicemail instead of a text message or instead of an email? Well, first of all, I'm gonna stop leaving voicemails for other people because I hate getting them, but I'm also gonna try to be more succinct in all of the text messages and emails, business related. When it's just for fun, it doesn't matter. But when it comes to like getting work done, just tell me exactly what you want, nothing else, or I'm gonna forget everything you said. Now, I know this might sound like the ramblings of a crazy person, and it probably is, but especially with editing video all the time, you realize how much we say that is completely unnecessary to the point. And I'm making myself sound like a robot again. When it comes to everyday conversation and just hanging out with people, none of that matters. I'm talking about strictly when we're doing work and we want to get things done. I don't know about other people, but I would like to spend as little time possible as working so that I have more time to do fun stuff. And when we leave each other long emails and long voicemails, we just make it so that we're all reading emails all day instead of actually working or instead of playing. And I cannot be the only person who feels this way. Thomas, after our trip, he showed us his list of emails. He had like 1,000 messages unread and he had to read all of them. What nightmare world is this? It's kind of funny how that little spiel started out as I'm getting rid of voicemails and then turned into I hate all forms of communication. If you watch any camera videos and tutorials and reviews and stuff like that, you might have seen this guy before. I just got shown this related video that says in memory, and I was like, what, he died? And you know, it's funny because like, from watching his videos, I loved his videos, by the way. But in watching his videos, I thought to myself, man, that guy seems like he has a really good life. And it's like, you don't know what people are going through just based on what little you see of them. And we get it in our heads that everybody else has it figured out and that they're living the life that we want to be living. And then things like this happen and you're like, oh man, everybody's got their own struggles and their own problems. Yeah, man, he will be missed. I loved his videos. God, that is shocking, dude. I did a camera review for the Adventure Archives channel. He posted a comment on it and I was all excited. I was like, oh man, one of my favorite YouTubers responded to it. Dude, it's crazy. But the thing I really like about those videos is that there's absolutely no pressure whatsoever to deliver. That sounds kind of weird because I know there's an audience and that people like have expectations of what the videos will be. But those videos are so much just us. It's just what comes out of our head that I don't have to conform to any like certain specifications. I just do what is in here. And that doesn't mean that we're not constantly trying to improve and all of that, but it's like when somebody pays you to make a video, you don't know what their tastes are. So you're trying to do your best to make what you make something that they will also like. My ideal scenario is to have work where people already know what I do. And now I think about it, all of the work that I've done is like that. The people already know what type of videos I make. And that's actually one of my most frequent questions is where do you get your professional work from? So this job that I just finished up right now, I did a bar mitzvah video for somebody for $75. And then one of their relatives wanted a retirement video. They hired me to do that. I got paid a lot more for that one. And then from that retirement video, somebody else wanted a video and I did this one. But like the Seattle job, I actually got that from the vlog. One of my buddies who watches the vlog, you know who you are. Thank you, by the way. But the bulk of my professional work, one of my buddies, he does design work and sometimes he'll do videos for corporate clients and then he'll hire me and then I'll go do videos with him. I don't actually actively seek out work, but so far I've been lucky enough that I've been able to get work. But actually my goal is to work as little as possible. That doesn't work if you have kids and a family, but if you are a bachelor frog like myself, is bachelor frog a term? That's a term, right? Andrew was saying that the other day. Anyway, if you're that type of person like me, and you can just use all of your money on toys instead of food, that's not that smart though. You know what's gonna be funny is that at some point people will be studying vlogs in college courses. Because when I was in college we studied like French New Wave cinema. I don't remember anything about what they said or what was the point, but I do know that French New Wave cinema was like this sea change in how movies were shot. And there's all these like different periods of like cinema and stuff like that. And I have literally seen every Federico Fellini film. If not every single one, I've seen almost all of them. And they are bad. Yeah, but it's funny because it's like, there's a time and a place, right? Like Super Mario 64. Now, it's not such like a revolutionary game. But at the time, it was such a like, I literally don't have words for it. If you weren't there, you kind of just missed it. You'll never know the impact that it had. You'll only be able to read it in textbooks. By that same note, like maybe people will be studying vlogs in college courses many, many years from now. And they'll be talking about how YouTube as a distribution platform and cheap cameras kind of democratized filmmaking to where it wasn't such a mysterious thing anymore. The reason I bring that up is because I was doing that selfie shot like this, but when I'm not traveling, I almost never do this shot because there's no need for it. I've got a tripod. What was my point? I always start these thoughts and then I never really have a defining point. The point is, I'm gonna focus on driving. I'm going to bed. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.